the Trash, a dumpster dive into our childhood nostalgia where we re-examine some of the most influential media from our youth in order to answer the question, tragic or nostalgic. I'm your host, Pia LaPlaca, joined by my co-host,
Maggie Keating.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi. So, what are we doing today, Pia?
Today we are recapping Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm so excited.
Yippee! Woo!
I haven't watched this in a whole year.
I have not watched this in a very, 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 very long time. I do remember parts of it, but, I really, hadn't seen it in a long time.
It's one of my, casual Christmas staples.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to watch it every year, but I definitely I do try to get around to it. It's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely one I get to frequently.
No, I see that. It's definitely a very, fun Christmas movie. I don't think there are a lot of Disney Channel Christmas movies, DComs, like that.
The Ultimate Christmas Present?
I've never heard of that. Oh, God.
My God, we're watching it next year.
For me, I like the older one. I like Polar Express, which we're doing on the podcast. I like Narnia, which isn't technically Christmas, but it's a winter movie.
Yeah.
And then I love the Charlie Brown Christmas. Christmas time.
We had to sing that in my middle school choir.
Yeah. I have the little vinyl of that soundtrack.
Aww.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
That is cute.
And I liked the Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation one.
Yeah.
I do know that has some crazy things in it. It's wow, she's a woman.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it's a little, but it's if you just ignore that, it's charming. So,
yeah.
And I love the Clarice Rudolph stuff. It's so cute. Clarice is his mother, but
we're recapping this episode because our favorite Mark worked on this.
Marky Mark.
We have been saying everything at the same time. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it's so bad. Oh, no.
I'm gonna shut up.
Okay, let's get into the facts. So, this episode was written by Jeff Rodkey. When I looked him up... This movie, sorry. When I looked him up, he hadn't done much.
Okay.
Yeah. I was okay, flop.
Did he write this series as well, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know. It was super weird. I was okay.
I would imagine
that the same person.
Yeah, it would be the same people.
But it makes sense. As I was watching this movie, it felt much more like a movie than the TV show did. I feel sometimes when they change the TV shows, and put, do a movie, how Wizards of Waverly Place has the Wizards of Waverly Place movie, it still feels like the TV show.
Mm.
But when you're watching this movie, I'm this is so clearly meant to be a movie. I don't know if I sound like Harry Styles when he's
no,
it's a movie
I
that
think
feels like a movie.
I think I get it. No, I think
there's no laugh
also
track, mainly.
Yeah, there's that, but I also think that if you took out the previously established characters, this could just be a Disney movie. It doesn't really have to be the Duncans necessarily. And I think also something I noticed a lot when I was watching it is how centrally focused the narrative is on the mom and Teddy.
Yes.
Which I don't think is a part of the show. I think everyone kind of gets their own A, B, C stories.
Yeah. And I think that
feels more balanced.
They don't really do a focus on the relationships between the characters. I think that's why this movie works so well, because it's about the mother-daughter relationship. And the show has that sister relationship, but because it's a TV show, they also have to have lives and other stuff going on. So there's stuff with Ivy, Teddy's friend, and PJ and the girlfriend, and then Gabe doing crazy things. He was such a dweeb in this movie.
I love him.
He was such a dork. It was so... The swim shirt at the end was killing me.
I love him.
The swim shirt, I was whoa. But, yeah, it's just... There's no laugh track. It's shot... it feels just more cinematic.
Yeah.
Directed by Arlene Sanford. And my favorite thing that I have ever found out is that she directed the Gilmore Girls... the second episode of Gilmore Girls, which is... Lorelai's First Day at Chilton, which is such an iconic episode.
It's an iconic episode.
Yeah. That's
I can see it in my mind right now.
Lorelai coming down the stairs in the cowboy boots,
tying
and
her hair
shorts.
back as she's coming down. Yeah.
That it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's iconic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a very good little tidbit of information.
That's an honor.
Okay, I'm having
There's an original
seizure.
song written. I actually don't know who it's written by. Performed by Bridget Mendler. And it's I'm Gonna Run to You, and I love this song.
Can we make that the intro song?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I did not realize Do you have those songs ever that are constantly playing in the back of your mind? And you're like, sometimes like when your like mind is going elsewhere, it's like that song will just like come up. And it's like the chorus. That was this song for me. I was always like, what is that from?
You're always going to run to you?
I was like, what is that from? I never know what that was from. But it would come up in my mind. I just thought it was like a pop song.
Of course it's a Bridget Mendler song.
And of course it's... We know how I feel about Bridget Mendler. So
I don't think I can like watch Bridget Mendler the same since I've known you.
Known me. Because I love her. I literally love her. Like, have I mentioned that I love her? Like, but I loved this song. It was so cute.
It is so cute.
It's perfect.
I love it. Yeah. I used to have it on my Christmas playlist.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but it's
okay. Understandable.
It was voted out, but...
It was voted out? How do you vote in a Christmas song?
I have to want it on there.
Okay.
It's like I had to go through. I had to eventually go. I have a really big Christmas playlist that's like every Christmas song ever, and then I have subgenre Christmas playlists that I make. But in my big one, I have gotten rid of over the years the Disney and the Glee, just because it's not.
I hated the Glee Christmas episodes.
And that's because you're wrong.
No, like I literally did not care, and I wasn't watching Glee like at Christmas time, so it would be like this Christmas episode whenever.
I just don't think you're jolly enough.
I'm not jolly enough. That's the truth.
I think that's the problem.
That is the real truth. I was just gonna ask you, what is your favorite traditional Christmas song, and like, and then in general, what is your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song is "Christmas, Baby, Please Come Home."
Mm-hmm. What is that? Which one is that?
Christmas, the snow's coming down.
It's Christmas. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you have like a favorite person that sings it, like
Michael
a favorite
Bublé.
edition? Okay. You would like the Michael Bublé. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Mine, I think it's Silver Bells.
Wow.
I like Silver Bells a lot. I grew up listening to the She and Him Christmas record.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. Have we had this conversation before?
Maybe.
We must have.
I don't know.
But I was like, you're definitely going to say She and Him.
Yeah, because I just love that Christmas album. And then they also have...
They have a few.
Yeah, they have two. And on the first one, there's this song called Christmas Waltz, which isn't like... It's not like a huge...
Yeah.
Christmas song, but that's also my favorite. I love those two. Silver Bells is so like, it's so Boston. I don't know, I love it.
So Boston.
It's so Boston. But I also really like Phoebe Bridgers' Christmas music.
I like it too, but it's more like
it's sad,
wintry.
It is wintry.
It's less Christmassy.
Yeah, I can't wait for her new song.
She
always does a new Christmas song, so I'm hoping that there's another one this year.
It feels a little late. Do you want to hop into the?
We can just get into the plot. Yeah, let's do it.
So we have the Duncan family.
Oh, you know the Duncan family.
You know the Duncans. You've got... I'm not going to name them all.
I'm not
actually, I'm not.
We all know who they are.
We know who they are.
It's fine.
And so we've established that they are going to Palm Springs for Christmas. This is the first time doing it. They're going to visit Amy, the mom's family.
Can I just preface this by saying I thought Palm Springs was in Florida?
I also thought
okay. Because they got to Nevada, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, how did we get to Nevada?
Wait, I've been thinking it's Florida this entire time.
I was in California.
Why do they live in California? Because, like, they're old. I was just like, Florida.
Yeah, me too. That's what I assumed.
That's so funny. And I know that Palm Springs is in California.
Yeah,
that's so stupid. I didn't even think of that.
I know. I was literally like, wait, why the fuck are they in Las Vegas? How did we get to Las Vegas?
That. I don't know the map.
Like, we're in Denver, like, in the middle, and then Las Vegas is over. And I was like, Florida is all the way down there.
Where are they going?
I had a real moment. I was like, this is not making sense.
That's crazy. Anyway. So they're going to Palm Springs, the one in California, not the one in Florida.
That even exists.
I don't think it does. They haven't done this before. And so, like, they basically aren't going to be doing, like, their family traditions that they normally do. And this is a so big deal for Miss Amy Duncan.
Okay. My thoughts on Amy Duncan.
In this movie?
Yeah.
She's great.
She's the original Karen.
She is.
Oh my
No, and she is in real life, too.
Yeah, she's not cool in real life.
Fucked up.
We don't fuck with her.
No.
We fuck with Bob Duncan in real life.
We fuck with him, yeah.
The rest of them are chillers.
The rest of them are good, yeah.
They're chillers.
Yeah.
But not Amy. She's cray.
No,
apparently she was like a Trump supporter,
yeah.
right? But it makes total sense. Like, fucking look at her.
Yeah.
Literally look at her.
Listen to her.
Listen to her speak.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the way she was like crying about... I cannot say this on the podcast. She was like guilting the fuck out of the entire family and moping, and I was like, oh my god. Basically, Amy Duncan is just like insane, I feel, in this. She's like, we're never gonna have our Christmas traditions.
She has an excuse, which you get to at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Yep.
She has an excuse for being a low cray.
Yeah.
And also a theme throughout this movie is Charlie is a monster.
Charlie is like terrible twos.
Yeah, she is like destroying everything. She's a monster.
There's like a whole bit in the beginning about how Charlie like literally breaks everything she touches. Yeah. So Amy's on the phone with her parents being like, you have to baby-proof everything. Like everything.
Yeah, make sure everything's 3 feet off the ground. Crash. No, 4 feet. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so the main thing that, like, Amy is, like, very stuck on is this star on the top of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
When the littlest Duncan ascends to whatever she says. She's like, and then they lose it immediately in the first act.
Immediately, it's gone.
It's gone. Where'd it go? I don't know.
She had it in her hands, and then literally 5 seconds later, it was gone. So I don't, like, girl, just look a little harder.
Yeah, and so she's, like, guilting everyone, and then she goes to Gabe, and she's like, how important is the star on the top of the tree? How important do you want it to be?
He's like, it's fine, I don't care. And then when she's downstairs, she's like, Teddy, just so you know, this is really important to your brother. I'm like, oh my god. But right before they're about to leave, bestie Ivy comes and it's like, Teddy.
I don't know why she's in this movie.
It's like the inciting incident.
Call.
This could have been a phone call.
This could have been a phone call. Like,
she's trying to get
as much as I know, but as much as I am for, like, paying your actors, I don't think she needed to be in this movie.
That's very true. They could have
had a phone call. She could have already had this information. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't necessary.
That's very true. I guess it's just like she's kind of a series regular, so they felt like they had to include her contractually.
I feel like she's not in that many episodes in the main show.
Really? I remember so many episodes with her. They spend time at her house, I think.
Really?
I think so.
You know she's
her parents are married
to the guy who played Emmett?
Stop! That's so cute!
Yeah,
really?
They have, like, a kid.
Wait, I didn't know that!
Yeah.
I love when that happens.
Yeah.
I literally love that.
Remember Bridget Mendler and her co-star were dating?
Yeah, and then the same thing happened in the show that happened in real life.
He cheated on her?
Yeah, he cheated on her with the same girl, that actress.
Wait, really?
Yes, and and then Teddy.
How do you know that?
Teddy and that actress used to be best friends. Or not Teddy, fucking Bridget. Bridget Mendler and that actress, I think her name is Skylar, or is that in the show?
I think they were best friends.
Yeah. And then Spencer, the douchebag, cheated on her with that girl.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Did this happen before or after it happened in the show?
After. Because I think it was like, so once Bridget Mendler,
How do you know this?
I don't know. I don't know.
How is this confirmed?
But Bridget Mendler's music video for Atlantis, my fave Bridget Mendler song.
We know, yeah.
That girl was in it. Like, because they're, like, friends or whatever. Yeah. But then, like, apparently, like, they, like, literally just stopped talking and hanging out. And the other girl started posting pictures with him, like, dating. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Good luck, Charlie Lort.
Life imitates art, guys.
It does. Art, literally.
Art. What else?
Okay, wait, we didn't even say what Ivy was there for. She is there to tell Teddy that for spring break, her parents want to, like, send Ivy down to her, like, family's house or whatever in Florida. Maybe this is why I got confused with Florida. And that Teddy can come if she buys a ticket. It would just be like the two of them.
Yeah.
And Amy, when Teddy asks about this, like if she can do it, she's like, hell no. You're not traveling alone. Like, you're not old enough.
Then they're going to go to the airport.
They're at the airport.
They're at the airport, and it's a mad dash.
This was so stupid. They were, like, arguing about this, like, trip over spring break. And then Amy's like, the plane leaves in 2 minutes. We have to go. And they're like, sprinting.
It's classic. I love it. Do you know how much I love a sprinting through the airport scene?
It's so funny. It's literally, that's me every time I'm in fucking LaGuardia Airport. I hate it there. That's me.
That's
Bob Duncan diving over the chair, landing on his face.
And they're like, we would have kept the door open for you.
They're like, we saw you coming. Yeah. No, like, that's me. Like, that's literally me.
But, so the reason why they're almost late is because our bestie, Gabe.
This is so funny.
He found his Christmas present early, which is, like, this new video game. It's, like, Battle of Death or something. And so he brought his gaming console duct taped it to his brother and duct taped the controller to him, and then they went through security and it all went off and they were just duct taped to him. So that's why they were late.
PJ has no idea.
Yeah, he has no idea that something is duct taped onto him.
He's like, you're a heavy sleeper. Like,
yeah.
It was really funny.
So they get taken away. They get confiscated. And then
on the flight.
They're on the flight and they're all like getting in their seats and everything's chill. And then they like get over the loudspeaker and they're like, well, so like it just so happens like this plane is overbooked by one seat, so if someone would give up their seat, they would get like a free round trip to like
anywhere
want. Yeah.
So obviously,
so Teddy's like, all right, see ya. Like,
she's like, me, and then gets off the plane. And so Amy's like, oh, obviously I have to go with her.
Yeah.
She can't go alone. They get off the plane and the flight attendant is like, so basically the next flight to Palm Springs isn't for 3 days.
And they're like, so the 26th of December, like Christmas is over. And she's like, yeah. And long story short, Amy gets into fisticuffs with this flight attendant and they
she
get
literally
hauled
punches
out.
her in the face.
Yeah, and they get hauled out of the airport, and so the next option is that they can take a bus for 18 hours. So they go to the bus station and they hop on the bus. Now this bus is a zoo, you know?
It's literally, there's chickens on the bus.
There's chickens, and you know, who is causing the most disturbances but Amy Duncan herself, because she is
really
yakking.
She will not stop vomiting everywhere. It's gross.
It is gross.
Meanwhile, in Palm Springs,
I wonder what I thought this was before I knew she was pregnant.
I just said like I thought motion sickness,
but like she keeps getting sick.
Yeah, she does.
This whole thing.
Crazy announcement dropped from this episode, with the pregnancy thing. The episode, oh my god, movie. But anyway, so the rest of the family has arrived in Palm Springs, and Bob is trying to like care for Charlie while Amy's mom is watching, and Amy's
Amy's mom
hates Bob, which is so
crazy.
Funny. Like he's such a slight. She says something so funny. She's like, "You couldn't kill enough bugs to buy 2 more plane tickets." I was like,
that's so real. Like whoever wrote, like the guy who wrote this, like knew what it was like to have a family Christmas. Yeah. like they know what's up. Like
literally. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy right now. This is messed up. Sorry.
That means you're gonna get into a fight.
What?
Haven't you heard that?
No.
It depends on the side. Either one side that's itchy, you're gonna get into the fight. The other side, you're gonna kiss a fool.
Kiss a fool?
Yeah.
Ain't that just the way?
So they get kicked off the bus because they're like, you're causing a ruckus.
Yeah.
You are throwing up. The passengers don't like you. You're getting off the bus. And they leave them in butt-fuck nowhere. Like,
that cannot be legal. like, it can't be legal.
They paid for a bus ticket. They can't, like, just get them. I don't know. But so they're stranded, and they're like, but, you know, there's, like, a garage, like, an 8-mile walk away from here. And then you can drive.
Drive.
And so they're like, okay, cool. Let's walk 8 miles. One thing about these girls, they are fit.
They keep
fit
like going on crazy journeys.
They like bike like 300 miles. They walk the 100 miles. Like they're so.
I would walk. Yeah. But so while they're also in Palm Springs, the boys, PJ gets a sunburn. And it's really funny because, of course, he gets a sunburn. And
it's quirky.
The grandpa is, like, obsessed with Gabe's favorite video game, Galaxy of Death.
Well, first he's like, Gabe finds out that he has the same, like, gaming console that he has. And he's like, what games do you have, Grandpa? And he's like, golf.
Golf.
And he's like, well, what else? And he's like, I got golf.
obviously.
Like, what else do you need? He's like, oh, Grandpa. And then he gets them hooked on the same game. And it's so cute when he's like, Grandpa, can I have a turn? He's like, I'm past the battle of death or whatever.
Grandpa, can I have a turn? Yeah.
So funny.
So now that they are stranded, they keep trying to contact Bob via mobile phone, and they just decide to go to this car rental place, which we just mentioned. And this is the scene with the Yugo that we talked about in our interview, where they had to get those, like, Soviet cars.
Yeah.
Which was really funny.
Which is funny because there's a line that now I'm trying to remember. Amy says, she's like, because Teddy asks, like, what's a Yugo? And she's like, it's like an old car that is made in a country that no longer exists.
Yeah.
And I was like, what an interesting way to describe the Soviet Union.
They can't
friendly way.
They can't say anything else. Yeah.
What a kid-friendly way to describe the Soviet Union.
That's really funny. But basically, obviously, the car falls apart because why wouldn't it? And also we talked about that, which was cool. The practical
Well, you're not going to
effects of
remember their entire driving scene where they're driving and then it starts snowing and then they, like, almost drive into a car and then they, like... And then they sleep in the car, and then they get out, and then the car, like, falls apart.
Yeah. Okay, so what I did not understand, this would defeat the whole purpose of the movie, so I guess I get why they didn't do it. But why didn't they just leave the airport and get in the car that they came to the airport in and drive themselves?
Maybe they got, like, a lift.
I know, but it's like they have a car at home. Go home. Get the car.
Come on, get the car. Yeah.
Drive. If you're going to take a bus, club, plane,
I think a bus
another
would
bus,
be faster.
next plane, like...
And then they try to do a train, and then there's, like, no train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean...
It's okay, though. We don't need to talk about it.
It would be really long, though.
Yeah, it would be
drive.
really long. But then they were going to take an 18-hour bus ride.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have to drive.
I guess. I know.
They're not driving the bus.
I guess not. But they're yakking in the bus, so whatever.
That's true.
Literally whatever. It gets destroyed, though, because it's a crappy car.
Yeah, it's funny.
And then they start deciding to hitchhike, which I love. They're in the desert of fucking nowhere.
And they're trying to get to Las Vegas because, like, that's, like, the closest, like, big city, right?
With a flight, yeah.
And so they're like, if we can get to Las Vegas, then we can rent a car and then we can go. And their car breaks down at, like, a diner or something, and they're like, we're gonna hitchhike, and they're like, and Amy's like, we're not hitchhiking, like, that's crazy, like, I don't want to, like, go in a car with a stranger. And she's like, well, what if they're not strangers? And so they sit down at a table with these this older couple, and Amy, I love her, she orders, like, everything on the menu, which I'm obsessed with. Yeah. Like, I was like, yes, I'm that hungry.
That's me. Yeah.
And they ask the couple if, like, they can give them a ride to Las Vegas, because that's where they're going for a convention. Now, what is the convention, you might ask?
The Alien Abduction Survivors Network Convention.
So they're, like, in the car with their tinfoil hats. They
it's
are
so
like
funny. They're literally wearing tinfoil hats.
They're like, we met on the UFO. Like, they're so cute, and they basically get it into their pretty little heads that Amy was abducted by aliens because she's got a big appetite and she's nauseous.
Throwing up. Yeah.
And
then so the woman's like, well, either you were abducted by aliens or you're pregnant. And then Amy looks at Teddy and she's like, surprise! And
Teddy gets pissed.
Yeah.
Teddy's like, why are you having more kids?
She's like, bro,
put a condom on.
Enough is enough. It's so funny. But basically
they drive them to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I love this next part in Las Vegas.
The part in Las Vegas is the part I remembered the best.
Really?
Because I love that part.
I think it's so sweet.
They're, like, having this huge fight, and Amy is, like, telling Teddy that she didn't want to tell the kids about it because they originally announced, like, we're going to announce the pregnancy at Christmas, like, as a little gift. But while they're, like, having this discussion, they, like, don't have their eyes on their luggage, and this girl comes
we don't
up.
know. Someone takes their luggage.
Somebody takes their luggage, yeah.
Yeah. And then they basically have no wallet, no nothing, and they get into a whole big fight, and eventually Amy tells Teddy that you ruined Christmas.
It's awful.
Which is so bad.
She's like, that's the meanest thing you've ever said to me, Mom.
It's so mean.
Yeah.
If my mom told me that, I would be
I'd be really upset.
I would not talk to her for a long time.
Yeah, it's messed up. They finally get in touch with Bob, and they're like, we're stuck, and he decides he's going to drive up to Las Vegas to pick them up. And PJ and Gabe are tagging along because they don't want to look. They
all get locked in a room by Grandma and Grandpa. They will just get stuck. Like, they don't give them food or anything. They get locked in a room.
I know, there was a lot of weird, like, mentions of, like, strange punishments in this show, or in this movie.
It felt like family.
Yeah. It was like, Teddy was like, remember the time you told me I had to sleep outside? And I did. I know,
She was like,
so
it was
weird.
summer.
Yeah, it was summer. You're fine.
I, like, remember that so well. I also think that, like, might have happened to someone I knew.
That's horrible. That's fucked. It was summer.
It was summer. You had a tent. So they're driving, and PJ tells them to go down this, like, unmarked road. And he's like, it'll shave off 30 minutes of the drive, and we'll be there lickety-split. And they're like, okay. And they go down this road, and then they're stopped by guys with guns.
What's happening?
And then they get kidnapped and tied up, and they're like,
this is a crazy turn.
I love this. Like,
crazy.
this is one of the reasons why I love this movie.
What is happening right now? Why are we doing this?
This is one of my favorite parts of this movie.
It's so funny.
Because I'm a teenage boy. Like,
it's fine.
I love it.
Yeah.
And they're like, Jablowski sent you.
Jablowski.
And they're like, they all don't know what's going on. And then Gabe's like, I know what's going on. Like, why don't you fucking listen to me? And turns out, I don't remember his first name, but Jablowski, who invented the game that they've been playing for this entire movie, has like a real life version of the game that they play every time on Christmas. And they use paintballs because this is a family friendly show. And he's like, I'm gonna get us out of here and I'm gonna win the game. And gosh darn it, does he do it?
Yep. So we like kind of jump back and forth between that and then what happens with Teddy and Amy, which is that they don't have any money.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out how they can get some food and, like, get some rest. And so Teddy, this part is really strange because Teddy's, like, wandering around the city, but Amy's, like, kind of stalking behind her very closely, like, watching her.
Yeah.
But Teddy starts, like, street performing because she sees a mime and she's like, I have an idea. And she starts singing and it's not going well. And then Amy comes in and this part is so good. She's, like, doing her jazz hands and she's being, like, Amy.
Stage mom.
Yeah, she's being stage mom. It's so funny. And they start, like, fighting while singing, and, like, the crowd really loves it. And
they're like, that's exactly what it's like at Christmas in my house.
Yeah, exactly. So they end up making enough money to go get buffet dinner.
Yeah.
So they go to this restaurant. And Amy tries to talk to Teddy about everything. And she reveals the real reason why she didn't want Teddy to go with Ivy, which is that Amy thought it was too hard to let go and said that Teddy is her baby girl and that she's worried her daughter's growing up too fast.
And Teddy's like, you keep making babies, so, like,
you're fine. Yeah. Like, it's okay. Teddy, like, apologizes for the mishap at the airport, but Amy's like, I'm sorry I said that you ruined Christmas. They have a cute little mother-daughter thing.
And then
crazy!
Across the room, they see some bitch wearing her purple top with their luggage!
So they found the luggage, and Teddy goes over and she's like, that top looks horrible on you, by the way. It's so funny. I was like, Teddy Duncan is like, I feel her on a personal level. Like, she is so funny.
And so it turns out this girl, whose name is...
Jordan,
thank you. Stole their luggage because she hasn't had food in days, maybe.
Yeah.
Because she ran away from home to go to a music festival and pierced her nose because she's a rebel. And and her mom told her not to come back if she was going to go to a music festival by herself. And so she didn't come back, and now she's been homeless.
Yeah.
And Amy's like, that's crazy. Why don't you call your mom?
And then they're both like, moms say things they don't mean, and they're like, your mom, like, loves you and is probably really worried, so you should call her. And then they do call her, and the mom is, like, so happy to hear from Jordan, like, come home. And Jordan's like, well, I don't have any money. Or
There's
I don't have
so many twists in this movie.
I know. But it all kind of threads together really nicely. Yeah. Where she's like, I
just can't believe that this is in this movie.
I know. I don't know how
it feels like a separate movie.
It does. But then Teddy gives Jordan the plane ticket she got from giving up her seat.
Yep.
Which was really cute.
Now she doesn't have a plane ticket.
Yeah.
But she can go to Spring Lake. Spring Lake?
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
On spring break.
Thank you.
Palm Springs on spring break.
That's too many springs.
That's a lot.
So then they call Daddy Duncan, and he's like, can't talk, in the kill zone. And and they're like, you know what, we'll meet them, like, on their way. We know where they're going. Like, we'll just meet them. And so they go to the car rental place, and it is closed. And then they go to a bike shop, and it's open. And there is Gary.
There is Gary.
I don't know. There's all these, like, maintenance guys that they meet along the way, and they're all wearing different jumpsuits, and, like, they're all have each other's jumpsuits because they bought each other out, and, like, they didn't switch jumpsuits.
They're like, are you Gary?
They're so cute.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's cute. And then they get this little, like, tandem bike, and they bike
really long time.
A very long distance. and end up at a diner. Mm-hmm. And then what happens?
Okay, we can do a little PJ Bob and Gabe stitch. So it seems like it's like capture the flag, sort of. But basically Gabe is like...
It's capture the stone of Metrios.
Yeah, it's like this glowing rock.
I love it.
It was so obsessed. Funny. And Gabe wins it. He's like, he knows everything about the games, so he's like the best.
Why are you saying that like it's a bad thing?
I don't know, I'm just like, that's how it is. Yeah.
And then Chuck Jablowski comes out and he's like, you won my game for me.
You won my game.
I'll give you anything you want.
Free helicopter ride to find Teddy and Amy. How's that?
And so they're like, we pinged your cell phones and found out how to... I was like, how'd they get here?
How did we
They
do
figured
this?
it out.
Yeah, but they found Teddy and Amy at that diner, and Hank and Petunia are also at the diner with Charlie, having gone looking for the boys because Hank's car didn't come back. So they were like, where is everybody?
Where did they find the car?
No idea.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Where did they find the hole-in-one car? Did you see his license plate was hole-in-one?
Yes, I did. I thought that was funny. But the Petunia brings the star-shaped tree topper. They finally had their Christmas
They found
tradition.
It was in the car seat.
Yeah, of course it was, because of Charlie being a menace. And then they have their Christmas celebration in the diner. And it's not the Christmas vacation we wanted, but it's the one we got, and it was the best Christmas we've ever had. Yay.
Do you want to say the final bit?
There's more. Oh, yes. And then Amy announces the baby.
And all the lights come on. Woo-hoo. They're like, we're having another baby, and then all the lights come on.
It's so cute.
And then they have their Christmas tree pancakes.
Yes. But then there's an epilogue, and it's like their flight home to Denver. It happens again where the plane is overbooked, and Teddy volunteers to get off the plane, of course, and Amy's like, I'm not doing it this time, and sends Bob after her, which is really funny.
So hypothetically, this happened again.
Again.
Just the opposite way.
Yeah.
And that's our show, folks.
That's the show. Thoughts?
I love this movie.
I really enjoyed it.
I think there's so much to this movie. Like I said, it's so surprising, how many twists and turns it has.
Yeah.
I love the video game aspect. I don't know why. I really love it. And then, in a Christmas movie, I love that it has the Christmas cliches of, the airport and, the planes, trains, automobiles of it all.
Yeah, that's always, a nice thing about... I feel like Good Luck Charlie, in general, is just such a good premise of Teddy making those, little videos for Charlie. But then the family dynamic that they include is also really nice, because it's not the perfect little family.
Yeah.
It's they're all crazy and they're busy and it's stressful, but then they have a nice family Christmas.
My mom wants to turn our arguments into a Broadway musical.
That's pretty normal, right? For Emerson College. But yeah, I really liked it. I was worried that I wasn't going to, because I had somebody tell me they didn't like it. I don't remember who.
They were wrong.
Yeah.
They were actually incorrect.
But I was like, this is so fun and I love it. So I was chilling. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, this is definitely nostalgic for me.
Me too.
This is really cute. And I just really remembered them fighting in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. So I liked that.
I remember everything from this movie, but that's because I've seen it a lot. But
yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed. There wasn't much about the production of this movie, except that it debuted to 6.9 million viewers, which is pretty cool.
There wasn't. Where was it shot?
Utah, of course. Utah.
Oh, so it was all shot in Utah?
Yeah, all shot
in Utah.
Even
Palm Springs?
I don't know about Palm Springs. I think they did go to Las Vegas for the Las Vegas stuff.
That's nice. Yeah. It did seem like it was on location.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It seemed outside.
It wasn't a set.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a set. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Awesome.
I liked it.
Thumbs up.
So what are we doing next, Pia?
Oh my gosh. Next, we are going to be watching season 2 of House of Anubis, episodes 26 through 35, and then we're gonna watch.
We're watching Narnia and Polar Express. When? I don't know.
It's Christmas time, baby.
Christmas time is here. Christmas time is here. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of Childhood Trash. You can follow us at Childhood Trash Pod on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow Maggie at Maggie and Keating.
You can follow Pia at Pia LaFlaca. We'll see you next time. Bye.